What's up, y'all? NASCAR rookie seasons can be summed up as being very yin and yang. As for every successful season rookie, there's been and will be a disappointment. But every once in a while, there's been a few spectacular and exceptional rookie seasons. These are extremely difficult to come by for a myriad of reasons. But this will be the first video in a series of a handful of NASCAR's best rookie seasons. Elite rookie seasons for a driver and team in the Cup Series have been pretty rare, as a handful of drivers set their rookie campaigns to just a different level than the rest of their compatriots. We'll be starting this off with the season that the majority of drivers in NASCAR history will never accomplish in their entire careers. Denny Hamlin's 2006 season was a shock to the garage, as a rookie would establish himself as a championship threat for the rest of his career right out of the gate. Denny's incredible 2006 Rookie of the Year campaign actually started back in 2005, as the second-to-last race of the 2005 season saw Denny score his first career Cup Series pole at Phoenix Raceway. This would give Denny the eligibility to participate in the 2006 Budweiser Shootout, and Denny Hamlin did not waste that opportunity.
Budweiser congratulates Denny Hamlin for his first NASCAR Nextel Cup Series Bud pole, the 17th different pole winner this season, and Denny will be in the Bud Shootout when we get to Daytona in February. He's on the pole. Here is today's Harley-Davidson starting grid. It's Denny Hamlin and championship contender Jimmie Johnson on the car. Denny Hamlin in the FedEx number 11.
And that's a good point, Bill. Denny Hamlin in the 11 cannot jump Tony Stewart coming down to the line.
And in these restrictor plate races, we have seen Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart work very closely together. Right now, Jr. behind Stewart, 2 to go.
Last time by, Jimmie Johnson, the last time he was on the outside of a restart, the 48 car got a terrific start. So you can get another great start and push that 11 by the 20.
Last lap in the Budweiser Shootout.
The 20 car is just beaten up on the bumper of that 11 car, Denny Hamlin, but that's why. That's what you can do.
Look what a difference it made, Wally. 2 Carlingtons drove him by the 48.
Only 4 times has a first-time starter in this race gone to victory lane. The last time, Dale Jarrett in 1996.
And here comes Junior on the outside on the last lap.
Big run on the outside. Does he have enough?
Off the final turn in the Budweiser Shootout. The season starts with fireworks. Denny Hamlin, the rookie, wins the Budweiser Shootout.
After Denny's immediate victory lane appearance in the Budweiser Shootout, he spent the first part of his rookie campaign delivering the yin and yang of up and down performances that can be expected of rookie drivers, finishing 30th in the Daytona 500, followed with an impressive runs of 12th and 10th at California and Las Vegas, to be followed by a 31st at Atlanta, acceptable 14th at Bristol, and a rare poor Martinsville finish of 37th. The season would enter its turn to exceptional after this, though, as a 4th place at Texas, while Phoenix and Talladega saw 34th and 22nd place finishes. Denny would go on to finish the remaining 17 regular season races with 11 top 10s, and most impressively of this stretch, he only had 1 race outside the top 15, with a 17th place finish at the Summer Daytona race. Any other driver would love a 17-race stretch where they are finishing at or around the top 10 every single week. Most importantly to his season, we saw 2 impressive performances by the rookie at the Tricky Triangle.
FedEx.
DW, the next time we come down this straightaway going into turn 1, 202 miles per hour. Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Woohoo! Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go rolling, boys.
Three wide already on the straightaway. Jeff Green. Drop to the inside. They're 3 wide through turn 1 there.
Boy, Casey Kane washed way up the track down there. See J.J. Yaley in the 18 car up there in no man's land as well. way up above the group.
It was dusty out there right now.
You look at Denny Hamlin in the 11 car. Remember his first start here at Pocono. He sat on the Bud pole. I know we've still got 17 laps to go, which is a long way at Pocono. But for all the naysayers that does not understand what a team sport this is, you should have seen the configuration this race car was in back on lap 50, and that's a big thumbs up to crew chief Mike Ford and the crew that went across the wall, Donnie Brown, Barry Cook, Chris Webb, Scott Wood, John Eicher, Blake Hopeland, and Heath Cherry that made the repairs to that car, kept him on the lead lap. He was back as far as 40th position, and here with 16 laps to go, he has almost a 5-second lead. 2.5 more miles, 3 corners, Denny Hamlin, white flag.
What an exciting day for him. Sets on pole.
Spins out while leading.
Routine kind of day.
Comes all the way back from 40th.
Look at him flapping in the wind, baby.
And he's still the fastest car on the racetrack.
On Friday, he qualified for the 2007 Budweiser Shootout, a race he won back in February. Another half a lap here, he will be in the 2007 Nextel All-Star Challenge at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Yeah, he was already, you know, once you win that race, you were exempted from there on. You're in it at the Daytona, but you're not in the All-Star race, and this is going to do it for him because, guys, I think he might be an All-Star.
Denny Hamlin rolls off turn 3, and he joins Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart as winners for Joe Gibbs Racing. Hamlin, the rookie, starts on the pole, falls to 40th, then wins the Pocono 500.
Great question. Right now, I can't believe, and he filled in the blank, I'm driving in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. He is 1 lap away from sweeping both races at Pocono. It's only been done 5 times in the long history of the races here. Began racing go-karts at the age of 7, stock cars at the age of 16. That was back in 1997. Came through the driver development program with Joe Gibbs Racing, 5 truck races, 1 Busch race in 2004. Drove 7 cup races last year, had 3 top 10s, got the attention of not just his team, but the entire garage and a lot of race fans. He's one of the rising stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, so appreciative of everything that's been done for him. Says he doesn't get emotional until he sees his parents, because they are living the dream with him. Denny Hamlin, teammate to Tony Stewart and J.J. Yaley, driving for Joe Gibbs, coming out of turn 3 for his 2nd career win. He sweeps at Pocono. Denny Hamlin, the race winner of the Pennsylvania 500.
Denny's summer stretch would get Denny to a regular season points finish of 5th. So at the time in the chase's format, this would mean Denny would still restart the chase as a 5th seed, but now only 20 points behind the points leader of Matt Kenseth. Denny would have easily been seen as a guy that wouldn't have been a championship contender. While his regular season was fantastic and amazing story, he wouldn't contend for the championship, would he? Well, he went right to work to show he was more than just a contender. He would finish 4th in the first chase race at Loudon. His finish would elevate Denny to 2nd in the points. The following week would see a shakeup at the top of the standings at Dover, as Jeff Burton would win the race and become the new points leader. Denny would actually decrease his point deficit to only 18 points behind the point leader of Burton, but fall from 2nd to a tie for 3rd and 4th in the point standings. The next week at Kansas saw a wild finish that would see Denny back up to 2nd in the standings, while Denny would finish 18th in the race and fall back to now 69 points behind Jeff Burton, but again, Denny would be 2nd in the point standings 3 weeks into the chase. The rookie was a real championship threat. But the next 2 weeks would be a dagger for the championship hopes. Even after championship contenders Dale Jr. and eventual champion Jimmy Johnson were taken out on the last lap at Talladega, Denny would finish 21st and fall to 5th in the standings, and actually gaining ground but falling out of the picture the next week at Charlotte after this incident.
Denny Hamlin goes around. Jamie McMurray goes around.
Almost identical to the Busch race last night.
Oh, man.
Denny Hamlin got turned.
by the 49 car of Mike Bliss, whom Bliss goes head on in the wall.
Now with only 5 weeks left in the championship, Denny would be 137 points back of Jeff Burton, 6th in the standings. Well, nearly 2 decades later, we know it wasn't Jeff Burton that won the championship. So what happened to him?
He was recording 3/4 down the straightaway. The motor was shutting off. So right after the restart, he asked the crew, should I switch to the B box?
Good. No. Came in as the championship leader.
After mechanical problems, Denny in the chase field was given new life, as Denny would finish 2nd in this amazing finish with him and eventual champion Jimmie Johnson.
Meanwhile, the battle for the lead. Hamlin is right there on the back bumper.
I'm telling you, that 11 car gets through the center better than anybody here right now.
It would mean a lot to Denny Hamlin to win at Martinsville.
He is all over that bumper.
Contact, and here he goes.
48 didn't like that too much. He's going to run him down low to the racetrack.
These are two drivers racing for the championship and racing for the win. And Bob.
He erased his gap and moved up to 4th in the standings, now only 47 points back. While Denny would go on to finish the last 5 races of the championship, including this 2nd place finish at Martinsville, he never closed within 65 points of the leader, as eventual champion Jimmie Johnson and Chad Canals put on the master class of the Jimmie Johnson Championship run. Denny's 8th, 10th, and 2 third-place finishes would only result in a loss of ground to the eventual champion Jimmie Johnson and 2nd place Matt Kenseth. But Denny would finish his rookie season in astonishing 3rd in the points. While it can be said for a few of the drivers, had Denny not had one of the issues he did have in the 2006 chase, we could have had a wildly different history. Jimmy and Dale Jr. not getting wrecked at Talladega could have meant they ran away with the top 2 positions in the points. Or had Burton not had engine issues, maybe he would have been in the mix. But the fact still remains that had Denny not been swept up in the wreck to start the Charlotte race, we could have had a rookie NASCAR champion in Denny Hamlin in the Cup Series. And that alone goes to show that Denny's rookie season of the 2006 season was one of the greatest rookie seasons in NASCAR history.